Okay, welcome to the demo. Today we'll be discussing about one of the most hottest topic right now happening in the world. So this is absolutely a completely new topic, which we are working from last 6 months or so, which is AI testing. So we will be discussing about that, but this is all about AI, and this is all about how we can actually help you guys to get into not into AI, but it is the level more, which is AI testing. Because I think a lot of people are talking about AI, but this is not about AI. It's about AI testing, which is a little bit more than what we actually think about. So there are different types of AI, because all what you said as of now, which I gone is you're talking about AI. And AI, people think AI is ChatGPT. But ChatGPT is just one segment of AI. And that too, it's just generative content. So what ChatGPT is, it generates content. It's a text-based generative content AI. It generates content based on predefined text. And today you are so fortunate that my colleague, Mr. Annadurai, who is with you, had a small demo of the chat GPT that he created himself using some set of data. So we also, developing a chat GPT is nowadays, it's not a big thing, but chat GPT is consuming OpenAI and all this lot of other LLMs, which is where the world is going. But now again, we can use LLMs to do a lot of bigger things. But chat GPT that you are talking about is just only one part. There's a lot of bigger picture to this. Okay, so now in our analysis of AI, there are 4 important segments of AI. Okay, so there are 4 different segments of, and there are more segments of AI, but I just taken mostly used AI. So the first, generative AI. So generative AI is an AI that most popular nowadays because people are using that vigorously. Example, somebody using AI to generate images. Like content, text. ChatGPT is an example of text. Even ChatGPT can also generate images, but there are a lot of tools which can generate an images. So that's where, because the content is being generated by AI, people are very interested. So images are also part of AI, and AI is also able to generate music, and AI is also generate videos. AI is able to generate a lot of videos. I think you are seeing a lot of videos. Even they're taking movies, and the WhatsApp statuses that you are seeing from a lot of people are using AI, and that's called generative AI, which is one part of AI. But there are other part of AI that you also need to understand. The AI that other parts of AI is used to automate the workflow in lot of industries. Example, if you take any of industry like Tesla, or even there are some kind of chocolate manufacturing industries, they use AI to actually do a repetitive work task, which is technically called robots. So robots are using AI to actually do a repetitive tasks. Even recently, you might have seen Elon Musk had taken a picture with a robot which is cooking the food. Okay, but let me ask you a question. How many of you will eat a dinner which is made by a robot using AI? So how many people are ready to eat some meal which is generated by AI? Just raise your hands. No one. So example, today you guys have a dinner which is prepared by a robot, which is developed by Elon Musk, which is using AI. Will you eat it, or will you be like, having a doubt?
I guess we can try it.
Okay. But you will have a backup plan, right?
Eh, but means like in a lessons we came to know that it is like a supervised, unsupervised. Uh, means while like which robo is that one? Before we will come to know Sriramgar means like which is that one? It is done by supervised or unsupervised.
Yeah, it is example, even though it is supervised learning, still will you be able to do it? Will you be able to ready to it? Just like that. You still have that benefit of doubt, right? That is exactly what AI testing is coming into picture. You will
Yeah.
actually test before you eat. Okay. Because AI is really good, but you will like, you can't, I mean, example, you can't give that food to your kid,
Yes.
isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Because you are like, is it really good? Did it have too much of pepper, for an example? Or does it really have right ingredients? You always have benefit of doubt. Because um, I'll take an example of a company called Rotomatic. I think you people know about it. So that
Yes.
actually generates, it's a lot of chapatis.
Chapatis. Yeah.
Yeah, but the scale that they marketed, we thought that will be a game changer. But it was not able to hit because the chapatis that is able to make is harder than a woman makes a chapati because it's slightly harder. One of a few of my friends have it, but when I go and eat, it's not like what we actually cook. So it is AI is there, guys, but it's not yet there because we still need as you said, we need there are two important things. Still, the AI needed data, and still AI need that kind of testing part. Without testing, we can't actually use AI directly because people want to use AI in operations. People want to use AI in repetitive tasks. Like example, if you want to make a coffee, it's try to use it. But still, it's still a bit of the coffee that you see drink in the milk. Sorry, drink with the AI is not have 100% accurate. Then you use it. So that element of that is why we still need AI. And coming to the very important factor, guys, the next 10 years, if you ask me what is coming next, apart from the what you are seeing, generative AI and AI automation workflow, the next thing is agentic AI. So agentic AI is a hub of AI. So what is agentic AI? Agentic AI is like a hub of multiple things linked together. So a typical example of agentic AI is a Tesla car. So because Tesla car uses multiple agents of AI within this particular car. So it uses multiple things like it uses, example, you are doing an autopilot using Tesla. It uses multiple things, but that is at a very, very individual and a very lower scale because it uses its sensors to see around and it uses climate to give you a best climate. And also it uses a person's behavior. Example, you are actually driving Tesla. If you are keep on, taking your hands out of your steering, then it actually learns that you are not a good driver and it won't give you too many options to do autopilot. It actually keeps a lot of monitoring and you need to keep on putting your hands on your steering because it doesn't believe you. So a person who is actually driving will vary between car and car. So what Tesla does, Tesla brings multiple agents into a picture. It uses multiple things and then create a complete solution. So that is called an autonomous decision. So it uses its own decision. To take a decision, it needs a lot of parameters. So that is what called agentic AI, like an agent, which can do multiple things and can take a decision. So what is agentic AI? An AI which is very, very dangerous, by the way, guys. I'm telling you, if you are able to listen me properly, agentic AI is very dangerous because it will take the decision itself. And that is where the AI testing should come into picture. That is where the responsibility. That is where we need to push back and say, come on, guys, just let us have a proper testing practice before we actually go and say that this particular agentic AI is good, because it takes a decision after this. Okay, example, you have a complete agent, and it will take some example. If you take a bank, and if you are implementing a complete agentic AI, which is nothing but using a complete flow of their own transactions and everything is AI. For example, you call a bank, the whole customer service is using agentic AI. It's like agent. There's a big problem here. It takes a decision, but it actually, if you're able to persuade that particular agent, then it will give you maybe a 1 million pound into your bank, because agents can take a decision, and it take a decision that it will give you a million pounds. That is where the testing is coming to picture. That is where the people are like worried. Okay, if I'm asking AI to take a decision, will it take a wild decision? And people want to, automate the complete call center, because you might have seen nowadays all the call centers are even, they use Chat GPT and chat, and if the call is automated, which is good. But the problem is, if it able to take a decision in a wrong way, if this particular agentic AI is not tested properly, it will have a lot of impact. So that is where the testing of AI will come into picture. And finally, predictive analysis of the data. Example, you can use AI to predict some kind of a example. We can predict what happens to the stock market tomorrow. So AI can use a lot of experience, and then it can predict at a very high level. So these are the 4 important AI use cases, guys. And coming to who are using AI, example, generative AI, as I said, the top companies using generative AI is OpenAI, Anthropic, Google DeepMind, and Jasper AI. And what are the key projects using AI? ChatGPT, as you all know, but they also something like DeepMind, and also they use AI to completely create the marketing content. There's a tools like Jasper, which actually creates an AI content by itself. So what kind of problems that this agentic AI, the generative AI is giving? It actually streamlining the content. It is giving you a nice content. ChatGPT is your friend. If you want to send an email to your boss, you are no more using your brain. You are using ChatGPT. How many people agree that people are using ChatGPT in a very, very vigorously in day-to-day activities? How many people of you are using ChatGPT very rigorously? Tell me. Are you guys using ChatGPT, guys? Anyone?
Kiram Garu, after the AI classes and came to know about ChatGPT by Anna, I am using for like to learn AI or manual testing, or like to keep a message to schools for children. I'm using it.
Nice. Anybody else?
Yeah, right now I'm also using that one for any kind of such emails which I feels to be, to use some kind of professional words. So I'm using the ChatGPT for that, especially for the email drafts.
Very good. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Cool, guys. Yeah, I'm also using ChatGPT, but very, very carefully. Okay, because now the world is such a way that people see, now there are tools to validate whether the content that you are giving is ChatGPT or a non-ChatGPT. Okay, the world is becoming like this. So be very careful when you are sending an email to your boss. He may actually put that particular email in a tool. There is a tool, I think there's some very nice tool. So if you put that content in that, and it will tell it's a ChatGPT content or a normal content. So you should be a little bit careful. Okay. So because people are now, they know that you are setting through ChatGPT, but very careful. Okay. So use in a very mix and match. And coming to the, as I said, AI powered workflow, guys, there is top companies like these are the companies which is giving you this kind of a automated workflow like Blue Prism, Core, Work Vision, Copy AI, Automation Anywhere, UiPath. These are the very top companies. They're actually giving end-to-end automation. Like example, manufacturing industry mostly uses this AI. So what is it is, as I said, it increases the efficiency and it reduces human errors and improves the scalability of the business operations. So people want to actually, automate. And this is where the scareness is also coming in. The other part of this particular AI is example, if there is people are completely replacing with the AI, then what happened to the people? So that is an element of scareness is also there. And that is where the AI testing is coming into picture, where you can become an AI tester in future and you can actually make a AI as your pet. Example, you need to think that AI is like a dog, not like a lion. Okay, so that is where you should be a, you should become a dog keepers. So what is the jobs? You may be, yes, you may be, as I said, you may use for repetitive purpose of AI, but the basic things, but it should not actually come and do the other things which is having your responsibility like human. So it should only help the human, but it should not take the human. That particular thing only can happen if AI testers are coming in the world and they're saying, guys, please stop. Use AI up to the level where it is. And I am the person who can tell whether the AI they're using is good or bad. Okay, so if you all become AI testers, then you can become a police inspectors for AI and telling the guys, okay, enough. This is AI is good, this AI is bad. Then the AI will have a better control, and we will have a better control on AI, and AI will not have control of us. That's where we can save the jobs, we can be happy, we can use AI up to the limit. So yeah, this is the companies. And coming to the next slide, yeah, agentic AI, as I said, what companies are using agentic AI? By the way, you can get jobs in these companies also, okay? Because they're using a lot of AI, you can try the jobs here if you want. So IBM, NVIDIA, I think NVIDIA, everybody know, NVIDIA is the core part of a lot of companies who are using AI. And NVIDIA's particular, seminars that you follow, especially which happened in first week of January, which changed the world, which has happened in China. They said AI will be everywhere. Okay, so NVIDIA is a company which is providing agentic AI, Pegasystems, Boston Dynamics AI, and C3 AI. These are the most companies. And what it is trying to do, as I said, it will reduce the whole human labor and it takes end-to-end automation, especially with contact centers and customer service agents are using AI. And that's where agentic AI is coming into picture, but this is growing. And finally, predictive AI. What companies are using providing predictive AI is again IBM Watson Studios. HTO.ai is the number ones in the company in the world who actually are using predictive. And these are the tools that everybody are using. That's what I'm telling. So these are the companies he's providing the solutions for other companies. Okay. Now, again, there is one more thing called computer vision AI. I think that is the next thing coming as well. There's one more AI, which I forgot to mention in the first slide, computer vision AI. This is also coming very important, guys. So this is like replacing your eye. Okay, so it uses camera technologies to do image recognition technologies, CCTV cameras, and your face recognition everywhere, even your iPhones, everywhere. You can use your phone to search around and you can just use your phone. Example, Amazon uses this particular technology to identify what is the item that you want to buy. You don't need to put type also. This is a computer vision, which is technically replacing your human eye, and it actually uses intelligence to see what it is. Okay, and there are a lot of bigger companies working on it. Okay. So yeah, what are the industries that is using AI? I'll be quick, guys. So there are a lot of industries. Manufacturing industries is very much using because you all are customer base. You are retail, but you are not seeing the other part of the AI, which is manufacturing. So manufacturing users are using a lot of things like Siemens and GE. They're using for automating their particular production line to increase productivity. E-commerce, I think you might see in Amazon now using replacing human people instead of when you are getting a parcel that is being segregated and packed by robots. That's already there. And you can use AI when you go to AI. What do you call? There is a shop called AI Amazon shop, an e-shop. I can see in London there's a couple of them. If you go and come out, you don't need to pay the bill. Okay, and that is their AI. I think you know it takes from your Amazon account. Finally, healthcare, they're using AI, banking and finance. They just started, but a lot of companies are using AI, and automotive industry like Tesla is using completely AI. Now, coming to the other topic, guys, this is about AI, general about AI, and where the AI is coming and what are the different types of AI. Okay, so this is just to break your eyes on AI. And coming to very important topic, guys. Now let's talk about testing. I think to learn AI, I think there are a lot of other resources. We also have a course called AI engineering. If you are only looking to learn AI engineering and you want to become a data scientist or AI engineer, it's a different course. Okay. But my favorite recommended and my, my particular bet is that AI testing is will become a more what you called more lucrative and more on-demand skill than AI. Because even IIT students and data science everywhere in universities they're teaching AI, but nobody will teach you AI testing. Okay, that is where I think if you want to be unique and if you want to be compete in the market and become unique and you want to save your future of next 10 years, is learn this AI testing. And there's certification for that. You are so lucky that there's certification as well. If you are not talking about certificate, if there's no certification, people will laugh. Oh, you are AI testing AI. We don't need to test AI. That's what people will do a perception. Because AI is like you are generating a model using your own data. You're telling your data, you are giving the data, you are actually, it's like a baby. You're telling, okay, there is a baby that you want to grow. The baby will only grow based on your inputs. Okay, example, there's a good boy and a bad boy. What is the difference? The good boy will be, what you called, getting himself up in a house where things are very good. And there's a bad boy. Why become a bad boy? By birth, nobody is a bad boy. That's what AI is. By any model is not a bad. If you are giving a bad data, if you're nurturing the baby with giving a lot of negative things, like, if you are just don't take it personally, if you are the dad and if you're not taking care of the kids, or if you start like maybe you are drinking alcohol every day in the house, those kind of things, that will give a negative impact of the kid. And why? That's a data that you are giving to the kid, and the intelligence will automatically think about that lines. And if you are all a good person, I believe you all are very good people here. Because you create a good environment in your house, your kids will be very nice. That's what AI is about. So data is very important. If you need to give a proper quality of data, if you train your data properly, it will work. Okay, but the problem is, um, are we giving the right data? Are we giving the right, and are we selecting the right model, which is this is where the AI testing come into picture. And are we developing a responsible AI? Are we actually doing anything wrong? So what LLM we are selecting, what algorithm we are selecting, what data we are selecting, this is what all you need to learn. And that is being prescribed by ISTQB. So ISTQB have a course which is called AI testing course. That's what I would recommend to do it. If you do that course, you are like a certified AI tester, and that is being appreciated all over the world. Because AI is growing so fast, if you know that you are a certified AI tester, then whatever you talk will make a sense. It's a difference between a normal man, a volunteer, and a policeman. People will be tired of, a policeman also because he's certified. But if you are saying, oh, I mean, just listen my word, you're doing wrong, nobody cares because you're not certified. So certification makes a big value. We'll discuss in detail in a minute, but that AI certification is the biggest support, which can strongly, the world will believe that, yes, you are a certified AI tester. Make sense? Any questions? Any questions, guys, on AI or certification? I will talk in detail, but any questions so far?
No, Srirangar.
No.
Okay, so the next topic, go ahead, sorry.
It is ISTQB is for manual testing, right, Sridhar?
No, it is for
Do you
AI
mean
also.
ISTQB even it works for AI?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I will go there. Okay. Yeah, I'll show the certification part. But just coming back to this, real world scenarios, guys, where the AI product testing is important. I think you know that AI initially had a big issue. Google have a big issue because it was able to give a biased result, and that had had a big criticism because of that. And Tesla actually had did an accident in one of the in America, and that had a big issue because it's not at that point it's not properly tested. And again, there was a case where AI recruiting tools are only rejecting female candidates because the resumes that they actually uploaded are all male. That had created a big problem. This is happening, guys, nowadays also. But people don't recognize. They're getting too much excited. But after sometimes people recognize. And again, it had a bias with women. Apple Card had a big issue, and they did a big issue. So this is the result of not having proper testing. Now, and why testing of AI systems is very important, because you need to have an accurate and reliable model, because we are using ChatGPT, which is an open source. But if you want to use your own AI in your company, it should be reliable and accurate, because you will be relying on it. Maybe you use an AI to example sending a payroll and paying the salaries. That is, if you're using AI to give a salaries, how reliable can you be reliable on it? That's why we need testing. So somebody have to test it. Yes, it's reliable and accuracy. And again, biasness. This is the biggest problem, guys. Biasness. The AI system should never be biased. It should be based on the data that you are giving. So if you are giving again, the data will come into picture. We need to test it because it should not give a biased answers. And security is the biggest other things. Why banks are not yet ready for the AI is because they're concerned that it will breach the security. But now they don't have an option. They have to implement, because even government sector is implementing AI. But the biggest problem is secure. But is it really secure? Example, they're using a Chat GPT or a OpenAI LLM. The question is, are you sending because you're sending the data into that particular platform using APIs. So you actually use API to train it, and then you get it. But while you are sending a data into OpenAI or DeepSeek, example, DeepSeek from China, if you're using a DeepSeek as an LLM, large language model, because that's an engine that you want to use it for developing your own AI methodology, which I'll talk in a minute about the algorithm. But if you're using AI model and if you're using DeepSeek, the DeepSeek will absorb your data and give you the model. But what happens if DeepSeek is saving that data and then using it for a different purpose? Example, images. Okay, if it uses images in a wrong way, then it's a big problem. So that's the reason why we need to test that particular AI system is secure. And the other thing is performance and scalability is very, very important, because the usage of the AI will go very. Example, you develop a tool and everybody is using it, but suddenly the tool breaks. So performance is important. Compliance and regulation is very, very important. Unfortunately, world is not having any compliance on AI. The world level is not there, but the country level is there. And the UK is one of the biggest, strong country who is trying to get some compliance and regulations around AI, which will come very soon. But compliances will be very, very coming. And as a part of testing, the way example you are testing a website, you will test that it is a W3 standards. Example, it can be it is compatible. Like W3 standard is that even a person with some visual issues can see the website, the color combinations. So there is something called accessibility testing. Similarly, for AI model also, there will be some compilation regulation which is coming very, very soon. And as a part of testing, you need to do that. Then only the model will be available for the world audience. And again, the AI model, as you can see that ChatGPT, now it is 4.0 and it's 4.5 is coming. Even the models are getting more maturity. So the model that you are developing should be able to adapt and learn new things. It's not like you just give one data set, and then if you give more data sets, then it's like, it won't take it. Then it's wrong, because AI today, if example, the result that you're coming today will be different from the result coming from tomorrow. That's why testing was also very difficult, guys, because my experience, I'm telling, when we are testing AI systems in my company, it's very hard for test, because the results cannot be predicted. Example, you are login screen, or if you're developing an application, it's okay. You know that the result is accepted, because as a part of testing, you should have an expected result, right? Is there any column called expected result in your test case templates, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
What does the expected result mean? You have expected result column, right? What does it mean?
Desired result.
Yeah, the desired result. Yeah.
Before starting the testing,
Mhm.
outcome or a behavior of an existing particular test case or particular scenario.
Yeah. Don't type in ChatGPT, by the way.
before
Anybody else?
testing
Yeah. Go ahead.
before testing the test case, we have some we'll have some material, right? Like we need this outcome we need to get. After testing, if you get that one expected result, we'll expect something.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the
Or we can say predefined outcome based on the
predefined
wireframe.
outcome. Yeah, predefined outcome based on the wireframe. Yeah.
Or based on the flow or functionality.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, that's fine. If, I mean, as you all said correctly, it is expected. And when you actually execute the test case, we write the actual, and if the both are matching, then the test case is passed. But unfortunately, in machine learning model and AI testing, you cannot expect an answer. Because guys, if you think about when you, I mean, maybe in the classes we will go in detail, but normally what I teach in my classes is, if they've got 10 people in the class, I ask everybody to type the same question in ChatGPT. And everyone will get a different answer. They won't get the same answer, except you're typing what is the capital of Delhi and all. That's a different thing. But I'll give a tricky question. Even your ML will actually get confused, and it will give different answers. But that doesn't mean that your machine learning, the actual ChatGPT is wrong. But the answers you cannot predict. That's where the testing is tricky. Okay, so that is why how to test these models will be a little bit tricky. That's what we'll teach here. Okay, so yeah, continuous learning and your particular system is how to learn continuously. And finally, user trust and adoption. So yeah, obviously the testing should make sure that the trust is there. Okay, so now the gist of the whole thing, guys, let us please concentrate in a few minutes. We will have exciting times now. For AI, every AI will be backed up by a machine learning model. Artificial intelligence is nothing but behind that there's a brain. The brain is nothing but the model. And that machine learning model is what technically we are testing machine learning model, and we are actually testing the predictivity, because the difference between machine learning model is that AI is the outcome of machine learning model. Okay, and AI is one of the outcome of machine learning model. You can use machine learning to do something else. It can generate the record. It can generate a what you called a report out of something, and it can generate an image. It's not AI image. It can be its own image. Okay, but if you're using any AI algorithm, then it predicts. So the predict, if you're making the machine learning model to predict something, then that will become intelligent. So it's using its own brain. But if you say don't predict anything, just to use algorithm and example, give me 1 + 1. So it will give 2. Even that's a model. So machine learning model is not AI. Machine learning model is the source of AI, and AI is one of the outcome of machine learning model. So technically, before for every, if you are talking about artificial intelligence, it should have some kind of a learning, because the intelligence will only come through learning. It's like human beings, guys. We don't need to go out of the box and learn Selenium and Java here. It's a common sense to learn AI. Okay, think like your own. For example, you want to have an intelligence to, do a driving example in UK. They will never let you to do a driving because you don't have the intelligence until and unless you learn. That's there'll be 2 different learnings. One is theory and one is practical. Theory is yes, less data, easily you can learn. That is one model. And then your practical exam that you are practical you are learning in a real on the road is a typical example of where you are learning a lot of scenarios, lot of data. And finally, you give an exam. The examination is where they will test your intelligence. So that the particular inspector who is sitting with you is AI tester now. Okay, that's what is the role of a tester. It's like you are a examiner in this exam. So you're testing the intelligence, whether particular are you capable of. So the exam is nothing but you're testing intelligence. That's exactly what you are doing here. Okay, so the model is very important to test on how these models are developed. The models are developed based on the objectives. So a company will tell, I need a particular machine learning model to solve my problem. Example, as I said, in agentic AI or anything, example, you are a content creator, the company will tell, I need a tool which I can give some input for my social media. I want a tool which can generate an image based on the festival, for an example. You type that I want a what you call leaflet or content or Instagram pic for Ramadan, for an example. So that's what you type. So that the objective is they need to generate a images based on the input. But it should have the company branding, company logo, company phone number, company's own template. I'm not talking about open source thing. I'm talking about a company where they have some kind of restrictions. And the objective is that they should already get a content which is templated based on the company's kind of a framework. And then they give an input, then it should generate content. That's a simple example of a generative AI. And now coming to that is an objective. And what the data science people will do it. This is where the data science people, they're not developers, by the way, they're the data scientists. And what they do, they technically analyze your requirement. Example, in this case, we're talking about image content creation. So they will try to understand what are the different templates that they have already, and they will try to understand, and they will try to create a machine learning model where the company's location and the company's particular template, graphics, what is that called, color palettes and logo. They may have multiple logos, so they put all the logos once here, and then finally they will put a information example. If it is Ramadan, we talk about a moon and all these things. So they will try to put multiple data, and they'll try to create a data set. Okay, and that is called the training data. So they will create a first training data. That's very important. And once the data is created, then they will create a machine learning algorithm. And this is the area which the world is developed a lot. Previously, we used to have a regression model. and we used to have some kind of, linear regression. This is where the algorithms will come into picture, simple mathematics. But now the large language models came into picture, and that for us to develop our own model using basic algorithms is gone. Now we can use our large language models like ChatGPT, OpenAI, or DeepSeek, or even Gemini, or whatever it is, Llama, there are a lot of things. Use any of the large language models, and they themselves will create a model for us. Okay, but are they accurate models to our context? We don't know. That is where you cannot say ChatGPT, OpenAI will work for everyone, because it depends upon the objective. Whether can we go with a DeepSeek, can we go to OpenAI, ChatGPT, or is it 4.0, or do you want to use a different model? The model fitting is what these people will do based on their experience. Okay, they'll try to put a best model, and that model is what the data scientist will do. But they think that is an accurate model based on the data, and they will get an output. And they also use their own test data, guys. There is something called while machine learning is doing. There's an element of testing while machine learning goes. That's called 20-30 ratio or 70-30 ratio. There's a ratio which Anadara is very good at, and I'm also good at. We know about. There's a ratio there that we can give. Okay, Anna, back to this model. Once the model is generated, then the testing starts. Okay, so then the actual model testing will start. Then we need to test the model, and then finally the model will go into the apps, or example, it will go into the actual implementation part. Okay, so this is how the model. This is the life cycle. It's like SDLC, but now we are in AI world. This is SDLC of AI. But here your testing is coming into picture. Okay, any questions on this? Any questions, guys, on this particular model? I know it is too much to digest, by guys, but this is what you need to understand. Any questions? Okay. If you don't have questions, either you understood correctly or I did not understand anything. But I assume that you are understanding correctly. I'm going ahead. So again, when coming to the actual diagram of how the AI model is tested, you can see here, as Anna said, you have a test data which you'll be preparing, which is 20%, and you have a actual data to learn. So you need to select a framework, which is nothing but large language model, and you will have to select an algorithm. And you start training the model. It's like you are adopting a baby. Okay, when you train the model and you evaluate the model, there's a lot of metrics like configuration matrix, confusion matrix, and there's a lot of more evaluation that you can do. And then if you think that model is good, then you can complete the development, but a lot of times it won't happen. Then they will tune the model by changing the regression or changing the what, or even sometimes they think the data is wrong, they may go up. But if they're actually thinking about the data accuracy and other things, these are good developers. But unfortunately, not all the developers are good. Okay, if the developer is good, then there's no job for tester. Why we have a lot of testers now? Because they may be human. He's a human. He's not a machine. Unfortunately, but not unfortunately. Fortunately, the developers are not yet robots. But soon, that is also coming, guys. I think you might have seen Copilot and the lot of new tools coming up. It will give the code. So what is the point of doing manual testing of the code which is generated by AI? And if you're saying I want to do automation testing using Selenium or Playwright, but the code is generated by AI, then what is the point? There will be no bugs technically. Okay, so forget about testing at all, because there's no testing because the application itself developing using AI. Okay, so the code is also getting there. I'm telling you about mobile applications in web, but let us come back to AI model. Yes, because the data scientist is a human being, he may do a mistake. He may just think, oh, this is perfect and keep that model to testing. is a good developer, then he will go back and train that model multiple times to make sure that it's accurate. And there's some metrics for that. Now coming back to actual testing, this is where you people will come into picture. So once the model is ready to test, then you will test it. Okay, on multiple aspects. One is functional testing. Example, again, you need to do the business testing. The actual original testing is still the same. Because even though it's a model, you have to test it. Like the same case, example, a company want to generate an image, you put like happy Christmas, happy birthday, and happy wedding anniversary, and see how the system is working. And you also will give the input like blank. I'm talking nonsense, and see what kind of image it is generating. Obviously, there's a boundary. Your system should say this particular, this is not the right input. Instead of generating a very bad image, for an example. That's what quality of the model will come into picture. Okay. Yes. Then you need to test the model from a business objective point of view. And as I said, the previous slide, data accuracy, security, and it should not give any bad images. Very, very important, because if you're talking about image, it may give a bad image and automatically you post in social media, your reputation will go straight away. Example, big company putting a bad image in Instagram by AI, what will happen? Is it good or bad?
Bad.
That's it. 1 single second, whole thing will change. That is where testing is coming into picture. Okay, even though it is generating good images or not, but it should make sure that we're not really getting a bad images whatsoever. Okay, that level of testing is required. People, that is where testing is very important. Okay, ethnicity, data security, and your responsible AI. You should be responsible. Okay, if you are doing unresponsible AI, it is very dangerous. Okay, yeah. Coming to then after that, again, like the model will be deployed. Model is nothing but a single, unit, which is a trained model. And then after the model is gone live, then it will be again, there will be one kind of one more round of model, which is again like a software testing 2.0. Then the model will be trained again, because by the time you'll get more data. Okay, so that is how the software development lifecycle works, similar to AI development model. And coming to the certification, I think as you asked, someone asked me before. Yes. So to get into AI certification, ISTQB had given this as a very important factor. They thought that it's very good. So they created a complete curriculum how a certifications can happen in ISTQB. And now for you to get into different levels, there are lot of different certifications. But now AI certification is, as you said, they added it as a AI testing as a specialist. So to become an AI specification, you need to actually now, automation tester and all this coming into picture. But now they added AI testing as a part of specialist tester. So you can become a specialist tester by AI testing. So that way, you don't need to go anywhere else. You just can come into AI testing. And this is the part that I would say is the most important part now. And having a certification is very, very good. And I think a lot of my students already got certifications. And they're very happy because they're getting a lot of interest from the recruiters. Because they have that, they can now companies can take them very confidently. Because keeping a baby in a unknown person is danger than giving a certified baby or nanny. Okay, cool. So this is how the career path look like, and the topics in AI testing. I think Anna will talk to you about a little bit a course. I think Anna showed me the list of topics, but also part of AI certification. There are a few topics that we will teach you guys. Quality characteristic for AI, machine learning data, which I discussed, functional performance metrics, neural networks. This is all not out of this topic. This is all part of the basics of AI. So you need to know neural networks and how to test AI-based system and how you can qualify a particular characteristics of AI system and what are the methodologies that you need to use it. And again, this other aspect, which is nothing but testing environments of AI-based systems and using AI for testing. So there are a lot of detailed topics, but we will cover it. We'll cover you almost all those topics as a part of our training. Okay, so that's it, Anna, from my side. I think Anna is ready to show the details of the course, like the high level, what is the points in the course we are providing, and also Anna will tell you like high level. And Anna have a very good example of ChatGPT, which I'm also excited to see on his machine, and he will tell you what is the ChatGPT and how we can test that ChatGPT in a real world. Okay, and I'll come back to you guys in a minute, but over to you, Anna, and
Yes.
please stay tuned. I think the more interesting part is also getting started now. It's more of AI course and certifications, and then I'll come back and discuss about what is the next steps.
Good, Sriram. Thank you, Sriram. I will be proceeding further on the how the practical things are really the ChatGPT and the other things will work. Maybe I'm having a small chatbot. I can explain here. Yeah, thank you. I'm sharing my screen. Yes. Everyone able to see my screen?
I can see your screen, Anna, now.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
But earlier you are
I don't
unable
know
to
why.
see, Gopi.
I don't know why I was not able to see Sriram Garu's
Sriram
screen.
Yeah. Maybe some setting problem.
Maybe
Not sure.
he did some magic settings for me.
Oh God. Okay, fantastic. Fine, everyone. So maybe here you are able to see. Basically, Sriram explained about how exactly the model or the chatbot content, how we are able to give the initial content on training first. So clear? Yeah. So we are also spoke about how we are training, because if you are asking something, you are asking some question. Maybe the same thing I'm iterating from Sriram also. If you are trained or if you are informed some of the information to our child, then if you are asking any questions related to what we thought, then they can able to answer. The similar way here also, if you are doing the model with the training initially, we have to provide the expectation on, okay, what is the question and what is the answer. So that's the reason it will be able to understand based on the question what is the answer. So here example, it's a very small chatbot. Okay, so maybe it took almost around less than half an hour time to prepare this chatbot. That's it. It's not like too much rocket science, but this is the basic things to understand how internally the chatbot or the AI system is working. Okay, so that's what we want to demonstrate. So here we have the data. Okay, see, understand two things. The data which we can provide is not always, I'm directly provided the data here, but this is not possible in the reality. In the reality, we will provide the data in the CSV file. We will provide the data because we will give some lot of data, lot more data. Okay, suppose here even I'm just having this as a CSV file. Okay, even I will be able to show, demonstrate with how I'm taking through the CSV file also. It's loading. Please permit me. Okay, so here I have taken this data from the CSV file, but here even directly through the program also, whatever it is convenient. But as I told, CSV file is more convenient on the large amount of set. Even we can take it from the database also. It's not like only one particular media. We can use the different environment to use the data. So here, see here, see, suppose if you are asking ChatGPT, hi, okay, sorry, chatbot, hi, then it will say hello or hi there, something like that. Okay, so then if you are asking what is your name, then it will say these are all the name. Okay, so how this is able to understand and give the output means, okay, see here, language, natural language toolkit. Okay, see, this is the algorithm or this is the library which we are importing, natural language toolkit. Under this particular influence, the program is able to understand the different language, and based on that, it is able to give the answer. So one thing here is that there is a program called now two ways of software. One is the standard conventional software where we are written like 1,000 lines of code or 100 lines of code. That is the regular software. But these kind of AI or ML related software, you don't want to write like 100 or 1,000 lines of code. It is very basic, simple. See, till here, we are using just only the data for the training, for the training. See here, till here we are using only data. Okay. So where is the program means the programs are coming up here. Maybe you are asking Anna whether we are going to write the program means nowhere. We are the test engineer. These programs are written, developed by the developer. They will give us for the testing and we have to test it appropriately. Even as Sriram told, with respect to the data accuracy, bias, fairness, everything. Later I have one more example also I will tell you. So here just it's a simple. So based on the above data, we are kept with the pairs and reflection, and then we are added with the chatbot as the data frame. And then I'm just writing a few code to run the model, and then we are giving the output. Okay, so you see here, just I'm running this. Just I'm running this. See, okay. So I'm running this. Okay, then it is getting the training. Okay, see here, it is getting the training. Now we will say hi. So if I'm saying hi, it will say hello. See here. Okay, so it should now run. Okay, so you see here, I'm getting. So if you are saying hi, okay, it is saying hi. Okay, so again, if I'm saying next anything else, okay, so now I will go with tell me a joke. Okay, so here we have a tell me a joke. I will say joke. Okay, so it is saying some joke. So how it is able to recognize and tell? Okay, even we are not written any code. See here specifically, did I mention anywhere code like if this is the question, this is the answer? In this simple program, see the simple program, anywhere place we are used, this is the question, this is the answer. In this, see, simple, the program itself, only a few lines of code. Okay, in this place, anywhere else we are mentioned, this is the question, this is the answer. No, nowhere, no. Okay, but how it is able to understand based on the this particular area, natural language toolkit. So then it is understanding based on that, then it is able to give the answer accordingly. Okay, so this is like directly I used it with the data, and even I have something with the here I can able to show you. Sorry, one moment. Okay, so with the CSV file, see here, even the same thing I can able to keep it through the CSV file, and then from the CSV file also I can run and I can have the expected output. Okay, so both are same, okay, so now you are, if you want to ask some more things, okay, maybe I want to ask something else like okay, so what you are doing, what maybe here I have okay, what can you do, okay, so I will ask what can you do. Then it will say, I can chat with you, provide information and basic answers. No, now you want to confuse. Okay, you are typing something. You are trying to type something. Okay, sorry, my system. So now you want to type something. Okay, yeah, something you are typing. Then it is saying, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Got it? So this is how we want to train the model, train the chatbot, and then we can expect the answers. Suppose now, Anna, how these systems are available, even Sriram already told very well. So sorry for my desk, because always it will be too many things. Suppose I'm saying that now the practical example, now where they are implementing. Okay, previously, if you are having any doubt, any questions, either the bank site will be having, either they will have the frequently asked questions. They will have the frequently asked questions, or okay, so or they will have the customer care number, or they will have the customer care number. As Sriram told, now the customer care, initially 70% of the customer care systems are changed to what is this one now? What is this one now? See here, what is this? Your AI virtual assistants, your AI virtual assistants, because people are now completely changing. But you cannot say that this entire thing is AI. No, this is one piece of area, one functionality is converted to AI related support. Make sense? Okay, so every place now this is as one of the chat GPT. Sorry, this is one of the again chatbot. This is one of the again now how we are used here. This will also work in the same way. This will also work in the same way, because we are trained and then we are asking the relevant questions. Okay, and one more thing we spoke about, So here, even Sriram told we are evaluating the model. We are evaluating the model. This is one of the another example where we are taken few model. Okay, so k nearest is one of the algorithm. We are done with the training and the testing, and even see here, it is giving this particular, we will call it as a, this is a evaluation for the output is confusion matrix. Using the confusion matrix, we are evaluating. In this diagonal are the, this diagonal are true positive, true negative. Both true or good. Okay, because it is given the expected outcome. But these are all false. False positive, false negative. Okay, in this case, false negative, false positive. In this case, it is expected something vice versa, but the model is given the other way of response. That's the reason even still we have to do the testing, because this is not 100% accurate. Maybe you can ask how, Anna? That's what even Sriram told. We have a mechanism of evaluating, and even in the ML workflow, we can always evaluate and we can fine tune the model to give the best accurate result. We can increase the accuracy compared to this level also. Okay, see here, even the model now current accuracy is 98.38. Okay, even some of the some of the client, they will say that my current model is giving more than 98% accuracy or 99% accuracy. Then only I can implement. Means we have to measure as a tester, and not only this, and we have to measure like here also. Suppose you are giving some of the wrong information. Okay, so if the wrong information, then what it is told, I didn't understand. It should not give any harmful outcome or the unwanted information. Got it? Or even suppose I'm typing something which is not available there also, it should give the proper answer. Sorry, I couldn't recognize. It should not give anything other than the invalid answers. Clear? Make sense? So this is the purpose of our testing. Okay, and one more thing, even I will have just to share my screen, and then
Now,
I'm
do you
taking
have that CSV file integration, Anna?
Yeah, I'm done, Ji. I'm shown here. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
just
okay,
showing
fine,
again.
fine.
Yeah. I just showed here
Okay,
also.
okay. If you shown, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Here also I have the CSV file integration. See, this is the CSV file integration here. This program have the, sorry. Here we have the okay. See here. This file have
Yeah.
the CSV file integration, and then where we are keeping, this is the CSV file. Just we are keeping the CSV file here, and then I'm able to take through the CSV file here. I'm taking through the CSV file. Okay, then it is importing instead of directly passing the value through this. I'm just able to take the value, and then again we can say running the same thing here. Same output I can able to get it. So even in the same data instead of CSV file, I can keep it in the database also, and I can able to take it up. These are all the different sources of giving the data. But honestly, if you are doing the real project, the data amount are very huge. That's what even in the testing also we are having one topic called big data testing, because even you should understand the concept of what is big data, how we want to handle the big data testing. So these are all very much important. And even if you are asking, yeah, so the topics also we are almost, as Sriram showed, every header topic we are covering as part of our training with respect to
Okay.
AI.
Okay, Anna. Okay, so guys, that is how you are machine learning, because when you want to train a model, you'll have a lot of data and you can't type the data. Data will come in through different sources. So getting the data is, this is another topic which is called ETL testing and database testing. There's also, because if there's no data, there is no AI. Okay, so the biggest problem that companies are facing is get the data. And getting the data into a pipeline is one of the other challenges that they're doing. And they're also, you're testing. We also teach you how to do ETL testing and other parts of it.